Judd Apatow's little bunch of friends that he's had for the last 20 years are now all big people. And why? Because they kept doing things with and for each other. And at one point they were just a bunch of rowdy, smart-assed, unemployed, slightly stoned friends who made a little movie and did a little this and did a little that and did a little this and then a little more, and somebody noticed somebody and somebody pulled somebody. It is absolutely about who you know. All business is, but especially show business, because we have both the heartbreak and the wonder of constant movement. It's sort of heartbreaking to be in a show with a bunch of people and it's a family and you just love them, and then the show closes and you have that big cast party and everybody gets drunk and somebody throws up and and then it's over. And whatever happened to them? I loved all those people, but I'm in a new show now. So we have this constant changing family, and it's disappointing to lose them all, but it's also great because you're on a new show, you're in a new show. All of those people, all of them grow. I came out here into Mary Tyler Moore's family. That's what, and Mary had this family of people, and all of them, before she was famous, this whole group of people knew each other from when they all started. And they all, and new people were added, and people moved, but the core of what Mary became, MTM Studios, was a bunch of people who knew each other when they didn't have anything. Ryan is doing this show right now based on Lord of the Rings, a musical comedy takeoff on Lord of the Rings that these guys produced a couple of years ago, and now they're restructuring it and reproducing it. And what's really interesting is everybody was at this stage of their career when they did it 2 years ago, and now they're all at this stage of their careers. None of them are big movie stars or TV stars yet, but the next time they revive this show, it'll be another whole thing if they revive it again 2 years down the line. And it's all these people that have stuck together and new people brought into the group and added, but essentially it's this group that is, grown and grown. And that is about who you know. It just doesn't have to be that you know famous people. But if you know some, that's fine. Oh, here's another piece of bunk. And then I'll take some photos. This is a really good one. Don't ask people to do things for you. Don't ask them in general to do things. Gee, you just got that series and anything you could do for little old me, I would just, gee, that'd be great. Don't do that. Because they will disappoint you. Not because they don't want to do something for you, but because you were general with them. They didn't know what to do. They said, I'd like to do something for you, but you didn't ask for anything specific. Do you want me to figure out what your life needs just because I got a break or I'm ahead of you or I happen to be famous? If you want to ask others to do things for you, ask them specifically. Because then you not only don't make it their problem to figure out what you need, but you also give them the option to say yes or no. Would you introduce me to your agent? I will. I can't do that. My agent would be so weirded out by that. I'd love to, but I can't. Ask me for something else next time. But if you just say, anything you could do, I'd really appreciate. I don't know what anything means. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to do nothing, and then they're going to not take your call. Then, because they were embarrassed that they couldn't figure out how to solve your life, they will just avoid contact with you, and you will have that feeling of, oh, I asked too much. No, you didn't. You asked too generally. Be specific. Give people the human courtesy to say yes or no to you. And the same if somebody says, if you're in a position to do for others, and they say, well, anything you could do. Don't let them get by with that. Say, well, tell me something specifically I could do so I can tell you whether I can or not. Because then you don't have to avoid their call. Be specific in what you ask for. This general, well, anything you can do to help, it would be really appreciated. Of course it would, except you just disempowered them from helping you.
The analogy I always make is it's as if you go to somebody and go, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. I gotta eat. I gotta eat. As opposed to saying, okay, it's my husband's birthday. He loves Mexican food. I really want to take him out someplace nice. I got like $150 to spend. Oh, well, you should go to Ciudad downtown, you should go here, you should go there, like, you tell me that, I can help you, right? The fact that you're hungry, I can't help you. I can't help you with that. I don't know what to do for you. Everybody's hungry. Figure it out.
Or anything I do might be inappropriate or a mistake.
Right.
So you leave me no choice but to just hide out from you. Whereas if you're specific with me, I can say yes or no, I can help you or not, and I also leave the door open for the future. Who wants to ask something? I'm going to have to do another, because I just thought of 3 more bunk things.
Do you want me to write them down?
No, I'll tell you later. Okay? Yes.
When I started out, things were a little different than they are now. And the question always comes up of contact with casting people through postcards, through notes, etc. What is appropriate and what gets to be annoying?
Well, the answer to that is 2 things. First of all, I don't think we can worry about being annoying, number 1. Because is there any way to judge? Some people are annoyed when you just say hi to them. Other people, you can send a postcard every week and they'd say, send me more. I'd love when you remind me. So there's no standard of annoyance. But I would say the best way to judge it is, what would you like? What would you appreciate somebody's doing for you? If you accepted that they genuinely would like not to forget you, I think the mistake we make is, did they really mean they want to help me or not? We'll never know the answer to that. What they did mean was, don't let me have wasted this time. I just spent 15 minutes with you. If I totally forget you and don't remember you on that day I could actually use you to round out a list, this time will have been wasted. So keep me reminded in such a way that I will not waste the time I've just spent with you. So then you ask yourself, what would it take to keep me reminded of this person? What would I like to have? That's the best I can do. It might be annoying. It also might not be enough. I can't really judge that. I just have to go by what I think would be courteous and fair. The other thing that I think is important here is that you provide some new piece of information each time you send. It could be the same postcard, and we all know they may or may not read it, but if they do, it would be nice if it was tied to, I'm doing this just happened, changed agents, this is a new picture, some piece of information that increases their ability to attach things to the memory file so they can better remember you and not have wasted time. Then the question comes up, am I wasting postage? Probably, who knows? But are you wasting effort? No. Because the keeping up of things, one can never judge what day it arrives. There can be 22 postcards over the last 7 years that they've thrown away. And yet one may arrive the day, why didn't I think of Janet? This is great. I'm so glad she sent it. So I think we've got to assume that they are sincere when they say, send me stuff. We've got to apply what our standards would be to the receipt of stuff, and then move forward appropriately and consistently.